And we're live.
Okay.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
We did have some technical difficulties, but
We are live and ready to roll.
yes, we are. So this is Coffee and Conversation. Do you have your coffee?
I have my coffee, my right hand.
What do you put in your coffee?
Today is hazelnut creamer.
Ooh.
It's one of my favorite, and no sugar because it's just sweet enough with the hazelnut.
Yeah. I don't like sweet coffee,
Mm-hmm.
but if I get like an iced latte, then
yeah.
I'll do the hazelnut.
Yeah, just a squirt or two.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yep.
We got some people jumping on.
Okay, very good.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep. So my name is Maureen Cody. I am an account executive with Avery Hall Insurance. I have been with Avery Hall almost 14 years. I've been in the insurance industry for 21 years. And this is kind of like one of my favorite things to do.
So what do you do here at Avery Hall?
So being an account executive, I am working directly with clients from the beginning when they open a business or they come to us with a request for insurance. I review the coverages that they have or what they need. We come back to the office and compile applications and get all the details together to report to our underwriters for the rating. Once those rates come in, then we go back out, sit with the client, whether it be in person or on the phone, and really go over everything in detail, explaining what the coverage is, why they might need it, what the cost is, and then how they can come on board with Avery Hall. Also, we talk a lot about the benefits of working with the agency and what sets us apart from other agents.
I was going to say, as you were describing like what you do day to day, I was like, nobody can do that by themselves.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
It really does. And when someone calls in and says, my account is such and such, I'm a firm believer that every account belongs to every individual here at Avery Hall. We should work as a team, and we should all care about one client, regardless of what the premium is for that client. We take care of them whether they're little or large. And it does take a full staff to do that. One person can't possibly do it alone.
That's why it's great. We have such a great team. I feel like everybody is working together.
Right.
So you work with businesses.
Yes.
What kind of industries have you helped?
So I do an awful lot of nonprofit organizations. I really have a passion for that. Some of the reason, that I really like those organizations is because so many are very, very active in giving back to the community. We work with individuals who are advocating for young children, for abused women. We work with organizations who are helping with after-school programs, organizations who are feeding individuals who are maybe not in poverty level, but who are just struggling to make ends meet. So there's an awful lot of resources available to local individuals within the community, and a lot of it comes from the nonprofit organizations. So that's one thing that I love to do. Another is working with contractors. I like working with the contractor, especially the guys who are just starting out. And they often tell me their office is on the front seat of their truck. Their bills are on the front seat. They don't have an office. They are actively working their business, building their business. And so I really like going in and explaining to them the different liabilities that will help protect them and their investment, ways to protect themselves, being the owner operator of a business, how they can purchase workers' comp to protect themselves from injury and loss of wages. So all of those little things that I have learned over the years that will help a new business owner, whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's a contractor, restaurant, a farmer, we learn as we go, and the industry has definitely changed over the last 30 years.
That's I never think of when I think of insurance and I think of business insurance, I think of like, businesses,
Yeah.
but not really nonprofits. So that's pretty interesting that they also need coverage.
It falls in the commercial industry. They need they need coverage to protect their board members, their property, the events that they hold. I'll give one tip to the nonprofit listeners out there today. If you are holding events as a fundraiser, and those events include serving alcohol, your typical package policy is not always designed to pick up the liquor liability exposure when you're holding a large function and alcohol is involved and everyone's having a great time. When somebody leaves, if there should be an accident, that nonprofit could potentially get brought into a suit, and there is a simple, very low cost coverage to protect you. So whether your insurance is with Avery Hall or another agency and you're a nonprofit, be sure to speak to your agent on that.
It sounds like an agent's job is to think 5 steps ahead of the business owner so that they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, sometimes I say to people, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to be the barrier of bad news, but if this happens, you want to be sure that you have the proper coverage in place to protect yourself. And insurance is not going to protect you from every single incident and every event, but it's our job to share with you the coverages that would best fit your operation and procedures to put in place to help protect you if an event of some sort occurs where you do need your insurance. So it's a lot of education, and as we learn, as the agent learns and grows in their career, there's just a world of information available, and then I feel like it's our responsibility to give that back to our clients.
And the insurance world is always changing.
Yes.
And you stay up to date, and then you can pass that information along, and it's it's a great resource, an insurance agent.
It is, and no one wants to pay for insurance.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, it's a necessary evil. You have to have it. And so if you're going to pay for it, then pay for something that is truly going to benefit you at the time of a loss.
Yeah. My mom is here, naturally. She watches all these. She says good morning.
Good morning.
If you have questions for Maureen, because there are a couple people on, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I will read them to her, and we will get you an answer. But in the meantime, I have another question. What's your favorite thing about your job?
Oh, I love that we give back to the community. I love that we are involved in the community. Avery Hall started this agency in 1925. There was a Mr. Avery Hall, and he was very involved in the community. He was very involved in employees being, advocating and being in an instrument in the community. And so that tradition has carried over. Avery Hall Insurance encourages all of our employees, not just the account executives who are out and about, but also our account managers. Many of them are directly involved in nonprofit organizations or other ways of giving back and serving the community. Our agency has a referral program that has really been wonderful. It's on Avery Hall Cares. So we are actively collecting dollars each month and giving back to local nonprofits in the community, and many times those checks are $1,800 a quarter, and I think it's a wonderful way for us to give back, and it's also a testimony that we are not an agency who is making all the dollars and putting them in our pockets. No, we are very eager to help, and we do a really good job at that. Yeah.
The referral program, so for every referral we get, we not only mail the person who does the referring a $5 little gift card, little treat, but we also donate $5 to our Spotlight charity of the quarter.
Yes.
Our Spotlight charity this quarter is the Seaford District Library.
Yes, and they are trying to expand, and following COVID, they had to take on an awful lot of unexpected expenses of sterilizing and doing, certain things to the books when the books come in. They have to go through a quarantine. They had to then be packaged and back out on the shelves again. And so some of this has been an added expense to organizations who are already working on a limited budget. And so again, I think that's a huge shout out to Avery Hall for being generous and giving back the way that we do.
Tracy from next door from our benefits is here, and she says good morning.
Good morning, my favorite Tracy.
And Dawn Holland, she agrees with you. She says they will regret it at the time of a loss. So yeah, people don't want to pay for their insurance, but they don't want to pay for a loss even more.
Dawn is another huge asset to our agency in claims department. I love that. She listens to our clients, and if they're not hearing from the adjuster, she steps in. That's another part of the Avery Hall team that we have here is a completely separate claims department. So there are individuals who do nothing but process claims and service our clients each day in respects to that claim. We get the call, they get it processed, they get it out to an adjuster. And it's not, if I'm on the road and I'm seeing a client, it's very difficult for me to take that claims information. So again, that's part of that team. If I'm not here, somebody else like Dawn Holland is over there getting that claim and getting it processed. So another huge asset.
Dawn says, aw, and then she sent a heart emoji. And Tracy says, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, that's exactly what Tracy and I always say, love what you do and do what you love.
Yeah, I think one thing that we pride ourselves on is you're going to get like a real person here. Yeah. You're not going to get passed around, a robot on the phone.
I recently spoke at the Delmarva Condo Association, and that was something I was like, I have to say this out loud to people.
Yeah.
That when you call Avery Hall, somebody is going to answer that phone.
Yeah.
They're not going to have a recording that, 5 minutes later you end up with a place where you can drop your name and a message. Somebody is going to answer the phone. If not, it'll go to a voicemail. But like last night at 5:15, I was returning a call, and I can't not return a call at the end of the day. It's something that I just believe, out of respect, if that person left me a message, let me at least call them back. But we're not an agency who is going to answer the phone in North Carolina, Richmond, Baltimore. We are a locally owned and operated agency, and people are living and breathing inside our walls.
Yeah, and when people call, I mean, a lot of the time they're in a time of need where they really need you, and that's when...
And leaving a message at that time is just not appropriate.
Yeah. All right, I think we're going to wrap up.
Okay.
How can people contact you if they want more information?
So if you would like to call, you can reach me directly at 410-677-3528. That is my direct line here at my desk in Salisbury. If I am not here, it usually rolls right over to my cell phone. So don't be alarmed. It will get to me, and I will return the call.
Yep, you can also text any of our agents. At our Salisbury number, 410-742-5111, and that's in any of our offices. So we're super reachable.
Yes, we are. I always say we are so accessible.
Yeah.
Come get us.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great day.